T2RX6 here, back for a Gobots review today. And if you saw my TFCon video, you saw that I got a thruster from my TFCon haul. But yeah, I ended up in the process buying two more. Mostly because I started thinking about it, and there's no repro labels for Gobots. So when you want something that has all its labels and everything, you kind of need to find them when you buy it. And the one I had no labels. So I'll probably end up just getting rid of that one and probably donating it to Goodwill. I bought a second one that had a couple parts missing but had most of the stickers intact. So I kind of took the parts from the other one. And then this is a third one that came with its box, which is a bit beat up, but it does lead you to show you a couple things. Now, I'm much further from the camera this time, so you're going to end up seeing more of me as I have to get next to the camera. So I hope I have everything in shot. I guess we'll see when I'm editing it, right? So, the box is pretty cool. You got that typical battle scene here. One thing that I think is interesting about the box is that I didn't know what some of this stuff was. Now, the electronics inside also didn't work on the first one. The second and third they both work on. But it's for a motion detector that sets off an alarm. The little red button there is actually to hold Gobots in its hands. There's a trap door inside and an elevator. The side of the box really isn't very interesting. It kind of shows the toy and all the stickers and such. So nothing terribly interesting. Pretty much what you've already seen. Yeah, the back just kind of shows you everything again, just printed on the cardboard. So nothing very interesting. So let's actually get a look at the toy, which you saw when I was moving the box. It's a pretty large toy, as you can see, and this is why we're so far back. Now, it is a spaceship, and the wings don't necessarily want to stay up very well on this particular one. The other one they do. I gotta see if there's any way that I can fix that. But basically your wings would stay up like this, and you've got the Renegade spaceship here. You're not really doing too much with it when it's in the spaceship mode, aside from, I guess, flying it around as a little kid. And again, both wings don't either like to stay up. So I might look to my parts one before I get rid of it. And then you have the back with the big thrusters. And that's really all there is to say about the spaceship mode, so we're not going to dwell on it too long. The big feature comes when you stand it up, and this is why the wings rotate in. You're supposed to rotate them in so it's sleeker. So you got something like this. Let me raise the camera just a bit here. And what you're going to do, once you got it like that, is you open this front panel, and that shows you everything inside. And you want the wings on the back because it does tilt back just a tiny bit, and when it does that, the wings on the back are what are actually holding this forward. In fact, I think I can show you. See? So you need the wings, otherwise it's gonna fall over. And then the top just kind of opens up and reveals the robot head. It's really not all that interesting. Let me see if I can get a close-up of the head for you guys. So it's very bland, there's really nothing to it. But inside you got a lot of stuff. And I'm going to have to adjust the camera to show you. So at the bottom you've got the batteries, as well as, I don't know, they're calling it some kind of like computer control center. And it's pretty cool because you got the on off, the little power meters and stuff like that. Now as we go up to the second level, and pardon me because my tripod can't go that low, on here you have the ion vapor cell. That's probably the sticker that's in the worst shape. And over on the left side, just some kind of like control center. It says the data extractor and the thermal scanner. And To fix some of these stickers, all you need is a little bit of super glue. Just dab a tiny bit underneath. And then at the very top, you've got the intruder detection command, I assume center, and then the Renegade command center on the left, complete with a little chair for you to put your little Renegade guys. So, we can take, say, a Renegade character here. We'll take Psycho, and let me put him in a little sitting pose. And he fits quite nicely on his little chair, as you can see. Now you can also, like it says, there's an elevator. You could take another character. Let's just put Leader 1 here is invading the base there. And there's like little red tabs on the back that you can't find. You take them and you squeeze them. And I gotta hold up here too. And you gotta make sure that Leader 1's not halfway on the top level. You squeeze it and you can drop them down. Just an elevator. You can actually go down to the very bottom, but there's nothing down there. There's no way to get them out. So, not much you can do. So, you can take Leader 1. You can also put him on this floor here. And you know, he's confronting Psykill. And this is the Castle Grayskull trap, as I like to call it. If you've ever had one of the Castle Grayskulls, I did when I was younger. I think I might still have it somewhere. You can activate a little gimmick. In this case, you just kind of pull this and it opens up the floor and drops him, supposed to be, into the little jail cell. And then you just kind of seal that back up again. Now, the final, I guess, gimmick of the base mode is that at the bottom here, you got this command center thing, I'm not sure what you call it, and you flip this switch. At some point it'll turn off. Alright, so it turned off and you can see the light's red, it's on, it's ready to go. And yeah, this was the lights and sound gimmick you got when in the 80s when I was a kid. And we complain about the gimmicks being intrusive now, but you know, at least they say things versus one little red LED and some chirping sounds coming from 4 AA batteries. So you'll take your Gobot here, and as he passes, his shadow sets off that alarm. And it keeps going once in a while, and sometimes the shadow doesn't even set it off. Personally, I like the Guardian's base's alert sound a little bit better than this, which perhaps I'll show you in another video, as I have 2 of those now too. One from when I was little, and one that I purchased with its box. So, this is a robot in its own too. It's not all that interesting. What you do, you've obviously seen the head. You can take the arm here, and you actually have to pull it out from behind its thrusters. And now it's got an arm. And then the other side, the same thing, lift it up. And making sure we are on the camera here, you can see that you got this red tab. If you watch the TFCon video, I said, what is this? Well, thanks to the box, I know that it is a gripping arm, and you can, you know, pull it back, and his arm is definitely loose with age, but it allows him to hold a Gobot by moving the little red tab thing in his hand. So, that's that. That's the quote-unquote robot mode. And yeah, this is the Gobots Thrust with cameos from Psykill and Leader 1. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I will see you next time. Okay, a couple things I forgot I wanted to note while I was taking a couple pictures for the intro and exit screen here. If you look at Sidekill here, let me see if I can get him in the shot. You'll see he has those little like pieces hanging from his back. Now, this chair is molded to fit him specifically, so it's not really going to work with anybody else very well. It takes those pieces and actually sits them in the little groove, but he won't fall out very easily. You kind of have to work to get him out. You're not like really struggling to get him out, but it's clearly designed to work with Sidekill and not any of the other. I'd have to see. Coptor it might work with, but nobody else has the bendy legs like Sidekill, so it's really only going to work with him. Taking this back to the vehicle mode, and you're seeing absolutely nothing because the camera's way too high. One thing I wanted to show is the size comparison, I guess. If you're not familiar with these guys, this is a big toy, and this is a old toy, and just kind of to compare it, here's a modern equivalent next to it. I mean, you're maybe with the missiles a tiny bit over half the size. I'll stand it up here to show you guys. Here is the one, and there's the other. So you can kind of get a feel for a size comparison here. With something a little more modern that you can attain. So this is a relatively big toy. So, yep, that's all I wanted to show. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll see you next time.